back to the Popcast. We're coming back from deep in the underground bunker in the nerd basement below Sandusky, Ohio, somewhere in an undisclosed location. And today our episode is going to be much anticipated. Second try, yes, Stranger Things. We had our second episode banned and censored from YouTube. This was an honest mistake, though.
This was on us. One of us thought it was going to be a good idea to play it in the background.
We had the episode playing on the background, the actual episode, and apparently YouTube AI can grasp that that's happening, and they censored us. Banned worldwide. It had like a real ominous sounding warning. We didn't get any points against us, though. It did say. And then it gave us recommendations for
just relax. Pretty much what they're saying. Relax with that.
Just calm down. Playing full episodes of Stranger Things in your background. So, all right. So we did do a 2-episode.
It was going to be 2 episodes. Now it's 1. We're going to breeze through.
Well, no, we did a review of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, but it's banned. So we're going to breeze through that.
We're going to breeze through it. Well, we're just going to do we'll hit a lot of the same points, I think. We'll make sure we hit some of the same points.
Yeah.
In other news, before we get to the meat and potatoes of this show, we got some other news. Yeah, a friend of mine, Jim Lamb, recommended, if you haven't seen it, Age of Disclosure on Amazon, talking about the UFO, UAP they call it now, because they don't want you to associate UFOs with all the crackpot theories and whatnot and little gray men, but it's stupid because of UAP. It's unidentified aerial phenomenon. Sounds eerily familiar to unidentified flying object.
Yeah, really, you should just watch the X-Files.
Really, you should probably just watch the X-Files because it's basically...
What a great show.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Speaking of shows on Amazon, Fallout Season 2 comes out December 17th.
Oh.
But I think that's a weekly, they release it weekly.
Yeah, they do it the old-fashioned way.
I prefer that. I feel like you get more out of it, too.
Yeah, because you binge watch, you don't got time to process what's going on.
But I mean, as a studio as well, people are then talking about it for a longer period of time.
Yeah, we talked about that. Why wouldn't... If you're Netflix, all right, people already have their Netflix subscriptions.
Yeah.
You're making that money no matter what garbage you put out or what quality you put out. You're getting X dollars per month from those subscriptions. Maybe you pick up a few, but you probably lose a few too. So it's probably a pretty constant number.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you take Stranger Things, which is a golden goose, is a jackpot, people are going to watch, and release that sucker at theaters?
Or at least the finale.
The finale.
You'd be like,
because that's money on top of money.
Yeah, so much money.
All these fanboys are going to go to that at the theater. I think I would go to it at the theater. Yeah, even after you see this review, unless the next 3 episodes just continue down a horrible path that I've been witnessing the first 4. Yeah. But at this point, I would still go to the finale at the theaters.
Yeah, I mean, we've been.
So they're getting money that they're not getting from me.
We've been to less.
We've been to much less.
What was that? The third Star Wars or the new Star Wars trilogy? We watched The Last Jedi and we still showed up to theaters for.
Yeah, although I was reluctant. Actually, you had to talk me into it.
No, this isn't true. I'm glad you brought this up. The trailer for it releases. And you're like, oh, that looks kind of sweet.
No,
and I was like, yes.
I was like, I am not going on general principles.
We were in your office. And you were like, oh, the new Star Wars trailer came out. Let's watch this. And I was like, bro, are you being serious right now? Are we being serious?
Are you being serious?
And we watched it. And
I know
Ray
I was like, dude, I'm not going.
No, he's lying. He's lying to you guys. Dude. I remember clear as day because I was like,
because in episode, it was the second one where Princess Leia got sucked into outer space.
Yeah.
That's right. No, I said I'm not going to any Star Wars anymore.
You had such a...
I said, I almost got up and walked out at that point.
Okay, yeah, but I'm talking about the one you saw a trailer, your fanboy, your nostalgia kicked in, you were like, wait a second, maybe it can be what I remember it being. Maybe there's a chance here. And I remember seeing your eyes, and I was like, this is like a lost puppy, like I get it.
He's totally making this up.
I'm not even making it up.
I remember standing right up there in the kitchen. You're like, are we going? I'm like, dude, I'm not going to that movie.
here's another thing. He says all this. I didn't pay to go see it. I went with him.
That's because you just
I didn't pay. So I don't know how we ended up there.
That's an irrelevant point.
But yeah.
All right.
So I got dragged to the Star Wars.
So we've seen lesser things than whatever this is going to be. And they would be getting money, they wouldn't be getting money. Then you start doing some merchandising at the theaters as they do.
Yeah,
and they're selling that
cups.
crap for $30, $40. You know it costs like 75 cents in China.
Yeah.
So who's raking in all that money?
The cup company.
I don't know. There's
popcorn
enough to
bucket
go
company.
around. I
Yeah.
think Netflix would get a little of that too.
You would think.
I would think.
But as we've seen many times on the show, we might be the two smartest media idea
think-
people in the business that aren't in the business.
I feel like the people just. I feel like there's a. I don't know what. It seems to me like why wouldn't you? And they're like you said they're an hour. They're not as long as you were saying.
They are.
They're like an hour.
No, the last episode is supposed to be 2 hours.
Well, the last
2.5
episode might be,
hours.
but you like every episode.
That's what they were telling me.
You could put
That's
two
what
of
they were
those.
telling
You could
me.
put two of those suckers together and release that at theaters for 2 weeks. Then do the next one.
Yeah, you can do anything. It's
And I bet you half the people, maybe not half, 25% of the people are going to go to the theater to see that.
yeah, you already got their subscription.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You're just making money on top of money.
Yeah,
Just raking it in. And nobody's going to hold that against you because they could stay home and watch it.
yeah.
But we want that theater experience.
We love the theater experience.
We love theater experience. We love our popcorn.
All right.
So, all right.
Big
Moving
episode.
on.
We got to move on.
Yeah, we got to move on.
Here's your comic book for this week. This is an
Is
awesome.
this a new one?
No.
I can't even see it. Oh.
The new ones this week were all Batman. So I was just like, oh, we got to give that guy a break on this channel.
Yeah, we can do a lot of Batman.
So found this one, Indiana Jones, The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. This is
It's a classic series.
1989.
I had that whole
Look at that.
series at one point. It's not very many, maybe 30s,
yeah,
20s or 30 issues.
great stuff here.
Yeah, I bet you there's better material in some of these issues than what
There's gotta be.
than what they scraped together for the last two movies.
Wait, the last two?
Crystal Skull and
But those are the good ones.
don't start with me with the garbage.
And then we also have
People all
this.
know
We have this gem.
that is a gem.
This
right
is a
there.
1989 original.
in what am I saying?
Are you talking about the show we're talking about?
Yeah,
Stranger Things.
What am I trying to say? Not in homage, in
Reference.
something,
In respect.
something like that. Yeah, something like.
Because we're talking about Stranger Things, we thought, why not show off this bad boy? This is the second edition Dungeon Master's Guide.
Yeah, shout out to my old D&D gang. You know, Mark Blakely, Jay Gunlock, Matt Blakely. We had a weekly game, and then we also had another group that was Brian Runkle, Jerry Runkle, J.D. Niederhofer,
JD.
Greg Schultz on occasion. He was one of them rule guys. He'd be stopping the game to look up the rules, you know, and everybody's like, "Oh, come on, just roll the dice and play something." He's looking up the rules.
You just can't have that.
Nah,
But you also
I was
need
like
some
a
order.
flow of the game guy.
Need some order in
Yeah,
there.
you gotta just.
I played Dungeons and Dragons. I play it with a group of idiots. I'll tell you what, sometimes there's just no order in there. There's just
It's just
nothing.
chaos. Well, sometimes it gets to be chaos.
It's complete chaos.
Yeah.
I have to send people in to start arresting the party because it's just like, it's just too much.
That's good times. Good times.
Absolutely.
By all.
Dungeon
If
Master.
you haven't tried, I don't know what it's like now. It's got to be basically the same. They keep trying to revamp it. And
I think
stuff.
a new edition just came
It
out.
died for a while because they made it so stupid.
Yeah, I think a new edition just came out.
That will exercise your brain too. If you're looking for something for your kids to do to get off their phone and maybe exercise their brain a little bit.
Or the holiday seasons are coming up. Stop pulling out those board games. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, it's just mind-numbing.
What are you saying? Like Monopoly?
Not any board game that isn't this, because you're just rolling. It's just complete luck. I was playing Catan the other day, and it's like this is just. There's no real skill.
Really? That's getting a lot
It's
of. It's getting a lot of.
It's getting a lot of traction, but it's the same as always. You're just rolling a dice. Fingers crossed, you get the right numbers.
Yeah, I hate.
And people are like saying, "Oh, there's strategy." There isn't, because it all relies on if the dice fall. Compared to Dungeons
Right,
and
you could
Dragons,
have the best strategy in the world, but you keep rolling a 1.
you're not getting anything. You're not getting no materials. But Dungeons and Dragons, that is Yeah, it's
You know,
rolling
it
dice.
depends on the dice too. You can.
But your character is built in a certain way. You get advantages.
You gain experience and
there's so much more to it. Yeah,
whatnot.
and you know.
Plus, you can always just run for it.
Yeah, and you're like forced to roll the dice, and that's all you do is roll the dice. Dungeons and Dragons, my character's good at charisma. I have a +2 on this roll. I'm gonna try to talk my way out of this. My character's a barbarian.
Yeah, plus
there's no talking.
Plus, you can come up with plans.
Yeah.
People always be. Sometimes you have to hurry the group on. Like they spend a half hour devising a plan to go into the room. I'm like, dude, all right, there's nothing in there.
Yeah, you have to just spoil it.
Just go.
It's a
There's
door
nothing in there. So you're trying to prevent traps and everything else. Along with the D&D, since we're on it, I have been fortunate enough to be in possession of this creature, which is the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, the actual piece. I have owned it since what was the date on this? 80, I can't see it.
1984.
1984. That little guy is 40 years old. 42 years old.
Is this 84?
It's got to be around that era.
That says 84, yeah. Yeah. The Demogorgon.
I've had that. So they found that thing somewhere. They found one of these somewhere and used it. I'm sure they didn't make
they
it.
reprinted it.
No way. Why would they? How could they reprint the exact one?
Dude, what are you talking about? Because it's on
But why
file.
would they? But why would they? You know what I mean? That's something they've either had or they
remembered me.
Ordered off eBay. They're like, oh, that one's sweet. Let's use that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would have to be in the script from the get-go. The monster is called the Demogorgon.
No,
because
I don't know if this is actually called. I'm talking about
that is
this
called
piece.
the Demogorgon.
Like when I bought this, it said Demogorgon on it.
It would say that, yeah.
How do you know that?
Because that's what it's called in Dungeons. Like Vecna is a Dungeons and Dragons monster. They're just using his name. The Mind Flayer is a Dungeons and Dragons monster.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. When they were writing the script, they're like, "Oh, what are we calling the monster?"
Oh. So then maybe they look for the miniature.
Yeah.
And this is the one they found.
Yeah, they might have liked the name first, and then just ordered the piece for the kids to.
But that I've been wondering. I always been meaning to look up and see if that thing's like worth a fortune now. I imagine they have to have that. Like, have you seen that in stores?
Yeah, but I don't think they're metal anymore. They're I think all of them are like.
I got deluxe ones that are plastic. But so they do have that reprinted that figure.
Maybe. I don't
How
think
could they not?
That one.
How could they not?
They probably gave
another gold mine. Wait, that's merch. That's merch right there.
They might have given them like a new stance, you know.
How could you not just use the one from the show?
Cause, bro, I don't know. They might have it. I don't know.
But this is not one that was reprinted.
No, that's
recently.
1984
original.
Back when they had the satanic scare.
The satanic scare.
Did you ever get caught in that?
Yeah, one time there was some weird thing going on. They actually had,
Like your parents were like, "What are you doing?" With
no,
this?
I don't think my parents were so much. Like they talked with their friends about it. Like I overheard a couple times. Not like they were trying to hide it from me, but Blakely's parents, Mark Blakely, my good friend, they're pretty strong Catholics, and I think they were a little weirded out by it. We had the priest happened to be over one time when we were playing. So
What's
it was
going
kind
on
of a
here?
strange thing. I'm just telling you, that's what happened.
The priest, the real
Father
life
Height, Father Height.
He was over, and you playing him?
Yeah, he was a pretty cool priest.
Oh, so he's like. Oh.
So you know how priests just how people hang around with priests. I don't know. There's people that do that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So they were friends of the family, or he was friends of the family, and he was there one time while we were playing. I think he was scoping it out, make sure.
Yeah, he was on what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how people got fooled by that though.
I mean, it's just monsters and stuff. I mean, perhaps it could be used as anything.
I guess they were doing that with video games first.
Yeah.
Oh, this is encouraging violence, whatever.
AI now, they're saying the same thing.
That might be a problem.
They're saying it's demonic and satanic, which there's probably some credence to that. That's another episode.
And he's a trickster.
Yeah.
The one, this isn't a funny matter, but also it's like, what are we doing as a society? One guy was talking to the AI chatbot, and it was pretending to be Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
And he ended up killing himself because of it or something.
And it's like, that's how stupid people are. How stupid are you?
Come on, man.
So, yeah. Like literally, that's like the worst case scenario of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never. Like it's not even real words from a real being. It's like you walk down the street.
Remember to cut this.
I'll try to remember to cut this.
We'll leave a note. All right, so let's just go.
All right, let's move on. We're off tangent here.
All right, Stranger Things season 5, the biggest show since Game of Thrones. Funny enough,
Hilarious.
it looks like it's going for the same ending.
Yeah, it looks like it's heading for the same endings. We got to subvert expectations for no other reason than we're just going to subvert expectations. Dumbest phrase ever.
Let's bullet point some things.
Let's bullet
just so
point
we
some
can
things.
The acting.
You know what? I've thought more about this. I feel like they're all just phoning it in.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay, and all of these next bullet points are weird coming from Stranger Things because for 4 seasons, out of the ballpark on all of them. Acting, not good this season. Previous 4 seasons, it's always been good.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for this episode. We're not crazy about it.
Yeah.
But we would like to give you our take on why we think it's justified. And I'm not a hater. We've
seen less.
We've seen less. And I think partially this is a victim of, as you're saying, the previous seasons. The acting's been great. This season, comparatively, not as good. Not saying it's trash, not saying it's terrible. It's a victim of its own success for us, somewhat.
Yeah, we're both I mean, obviously, we got little trinkets and whatnot. We're both fans of every season before. This is just...
And this one right now is hanging in the balance.
Yeah, it's not working. The acting isn't there. The chemistry is horrible. And again, this is what I'm talking about when I say in the previous seasons, they have knocked out of the ballpark no matter who is paired with who. It happens every time.
Whatever situation they're thrown into, yes, the chemistry between the actors, the flow, the dialogue, etc., it all feels natural. It works. It's good. This one, not as much.
It's so like they're not... It feels like it's their first time,
and it hasn't caught on yet.
Meeting each other.
And they haven't really found their rhythm yet.
Yeah,
but I think part of that, like I say, again, I've thought about this since our second episode, and I've seen the other 2 episodes. Since our other episode, and I've seen the last 2 episodes. I think they're phoning it in. I don't think the writing is strong, like you said. Some of the dialogue that they're saying,
it's Disney Channel. It's Disney Channel-esque. It feels like it would be on a Disney Channel show, and it's like paired with the acting, paired with the chemistry, it's all just like...
It's off.
Ugh.
It's off.
You get like a...
They're in an upside-down universe of their own making.
Yeah, it's grotesque. Maybe grotesque.
But I think perhaps, because this took so long to come out, I think maybe the writers, Duffer Brothers, if that's who wrote it, I think maybe they were just like, I've had enough of this. I don't really know what to do with it anymore.
I mean, yeah, they could, but I don't get how you get to that point as a creator. We're seeing it with George R. R. Martin in the books, the Game of Thrones books. It's like, how can't you just finish it? How can't you do it right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the Duffer Brothers now, but again, him as well. It's like, this is what made you. Why wouldn't you want to like send it off right? Why would you phone it in? But you're right. It could be that. And the writing, I think the writing, as you mentioned, is bad. It's bad writing. It's bad dialogue.
My other theory is perhaps this. The first one was, I think, wholly their idea and their writing, and Netflix was like, oh, this is sweet, let's do it. And they probably didn't monkey with it too much.
Yeah.
Now I think that this is such a big deal. It's such a cash cow. It's strange. Netflix's number one thing. I think they started to get a bunch of people
in there
mixing in a thing, and maybe they didn't stand their ground hard enough. So we got all kind of idiots that did not invent it, aren't invested in it, that just think they know what the people want, much as what happened to Star Wars.
I don't know if that's it. I really don't. I don't know if that would be it. I feel like they would just let them do it. Or else we would have seen that earlier on. We would have seen it earlier than the last season.
Yeah.
And I think it is writing. I don't think, truthfully, I don't think they're the most creative writers, because this is based off of a real thing, the Montauk project that happened. It's just like we're just relying on Dungeons and Dragons to relay a lot of this, which is fine. But I think they just don't care either. I don't think they're writers that actually care about the nuance of characters and their lore and their history that they set up. This is something I mentioned last time. I mentioned it again. There's a moment in this season where Will is having a flashback to his childhood, and he's building Castle Byers, the little fort he makes, with his brother in broad daylight on a sunny day. No one's mentioned that in season 2, at the end of season 2, Jonathan is telling Will, do you remember when we built Castle Byers the night Dad left? It was raining all night. We stayed out there and we were sick for a week. And it's like, how don't you, this is what I'm talking about, where you just don't care. Yeah. How do you mess that up? It clearly is a significant moment. In season 2, you had that set up. You had the reasoning why they went out there. You made it a point, and now you bring it back to... And it's not right. It doesn't
How do you think that stuff gets through?
There's a lack of care. There's a lack of care.
But nobody, they got showrunners and all these assistants and whatever. How do you think nobody catches that?
There's a lack of care. No one, they're saying, Stranger Things, no matter what we put out, people are going to like it. They don't think it matters. But those are the small things that make a great show and then a good show and then a mediocre show. Is you remember the rules you have set up. There's clear power scaling to things. The lore is taken care of and it is fixed. It can't be changed once it's said, okay, this is what we're sticking with. Even if we want to work around, even if we don't want it to be that anymore 3 seasons later, we're not changing it. We're working around it.
We're stuck with it.
And that's not even like a big thing. It just shows there's a lack of care. Well, what would be easier? Let's just have these kids go out there and build this fort.
Yeah, we don't want to get the sprinklers out and
okay, then
film
you can't
at
do
night.
It. You know what I'm saying? Then you can't do that memory. To me, that
they didn't
sums
have
up
to do that memory.
A lot of the writing, though. A lot of it comes back to that. The gates. All of season 2, we can't close the gate. We're burning it daily. We're trying to go in there. We can't close it. It's impossible to close unless we have 11. And in this season, there's a giant gate that tore through the whole city.
Yeah, it's 5 miles long.
Oh, we put metal over it. Why? First of all, what? Like, how does that work? Why? It's just lazy. It's pure lazy and lack of care for everything you've set
I was
up.
willing to give him a pass on that. Like I said,
but
I liked the setup for the episode 1. In fact, I was like pumped for it. They're trapped in the town. The government, the army has got them trapped in there. That to me is, all right, this is going to be sweet. Shows like V, the original miniseries, similar to that. Red Dawn, the original, not this new junk I didn't even see. Where people are having to makeshift things because they're trapped in this situation, smuggling things. I thought that truck, what's the guy's name? Murray with the truck. I said, oh, that's sweet. That's cool. That's a good role for him. But then they went totally overboard. Then you said lazy writing. I mean, this is totally lazy because there's a way around it. So Murray is smuggling things into town. Okay, I can buy that. I mean, that's a way that's going to end up working. They do it a little too easily, even right off the bat, because they're not monitoring this guy. They're not searching his truck. Whatever. I can live with that. We're going to work around it. But then by episode 3 and 4, they are ordering stuff from Murray at 10 a.m. and they're getting it by noon. And it's not regular stuff.
Grenades, 3,000 feet of barbed wire.
Like, even if you were in Sandusky, free as it is now, you couldn't do what they're doing in 2 hours. You couldn't go to Walmart and Menards and get everything that they're rounding up and need in 2 hours. And I think they do it twice, once in episode 3 and once in episode 4. So he's just, it makes it stupid. And that's lazy writing because I just need them to have things.
And we made this idea that, well, look, this is how they're getting stuff.
Which I love.
That's what I'm saying.
But you screwed it
that's
up.
Why but that's why that's written in the first place. Oh, we need him to get this. Murray just brings it. We just need a guy to go back and forth.
But all the stuff for the trap that they made for the Demogorgon, I mean, you didn't need to have barbed wire. The little transmitter, okay. But see, where does he get that? Like, you can't just go buy that. It's going to take him time. So it's stupid. But you didn't need barbed wire. You didn't need all these different things. Like, they could have made punji sticks out of the furniture, which actually would have been cooler because it would have impaled him.
Yeah.
If he fell down there.
Yeah, you
could have done things. They could have figured things out for their trap there rather than.
Or just scavenge that stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
There's probably barbed wire on top of these fences.
Yeah.
You should show them. Oh, go clip it. Go clip some off.
Yeah, it's just way too convenient. And that's a classic example of all films of just lazy writing. We're just going to. They can get it. What? No. So that to me.
I mean, again, it's just like, it's the little things like that slowly add up, though.
Yes.
The gate is such a big deal.
Like I said, I was willing to go, okay, they somehow sealed the cracks.
But I can't.
I'm willing to let
right
that
away,
go.
I can't get past that, though, because it's like, what do we. You set up in your own world that these are just. You can't close them unless you have 11's powers. And it's a problem. They're a problem. All of season 2, they have that giant gate, and they're like, we don't know how to deal with this. Turns out we could just put metal up over it, and it would have been fine, and no one would have known the difference. So what is it? Is it season 2?
It's
the
a
government.
cop-out. It's a cop-out.
The government is stupid, and they never thought, oh, we just literally cover it up, or is it you just don't know what to do with it because now you wanted to skip 500 days, and you set up at the end of season 4. Look how this is a catastrophe. Whatever. I don't know. Just to me, it's so lazy. Oh, we just
let's go on to another bit of laziness. Since you mentioned the army, the government, what is their purpose other than we just need NPCs to litter the landscape in this show?
Yeah, and act as like a bad guy.
Yeah, act as a bad guy.
Stormtrooper bad guys are just in the way.
Because what are they doing? They are at the exact same spot they were in season 1. They don't know anything. But I don't know, are they trying to contain it? Are they trying to harness it? Are they trying to... You don't know what they're doing.
They're trying to terraform the Upside Down?
Yeah, what are they doing? Because they don't seem to be scouting it in an orderly fashion. The kids know more about it. These stupid 5 high school kids that don't have daily access to it, know more about it and how it works and what's going on than you do. And then episode 5, they're going to take the kids in a bus, which cool idea. If you're on to the situation, we're going to go get the kids. But why? You're using them as bait. Bait for what? Because you can go into the Upside Down and attack the creatures or find them or trap them.
They collect the kids solely because Holly Wheeler got taken. I don't know I can't remember how they figured out, oh, we need to get the kids from her class. Because the group figures it out because Will is sensing something
they have an
here.
inside trap.
Oh, Holly's talking to Mr. What's-It. Now this kid's talking. They have all the clues. They have all the clues. The army doesn't know. Oh, they took Holly Wheeler. That naturally means, we got to go
all the kids.
But okay, go on. It's like,
but it gets worse because why? Okay, what's your end game? We're going to use them as bait. They said that bait for what? To catch who? Or to trap the creatures? To kill the creatures? You go in and out of the Upside Down. You have access to them, right?
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do? But worse, the worst part of all is, okay, you're going to use them as bait, but you have no plan because when the creatures show up, according to your plan, as you were expecting because you captured the kids so that the creatures would show up, you're totally unprepared. You just have guys with, there's no trap, there's no end game.
They're in shock. They're all going, wait, why are these things here?
Everybody's surprised. They're in alarm. They're like at least the kids, again, the 5 kids, don't have your resources, don't have your brain power, don't have your computing power. They knew the creature was going to be there, so they set up a trap. Hey, he's going to come here, hit him with a baseball bat, run across the thing, jump across the carpet, he falls down in the barbed wire, we're going to shoot him with the thing. They got a plan.
And a trap is they know what they're doing. But the government does it. And the other thing is, we talked about this, not one flamethrower.
No, the flamethrower guy, would you set up this trap? Worst trap ever. It's like, go watch a Bugs Bunny episode. Elmer Fudd and the Roadrunner put better traps than what you could manage, for God's sakes. I mean, yeah, paint a tunnel on a wall. That would have been more of a trap or a plan than what you did. But that flamethrower guy, we know that flames hurt them. Yeah, from previous experience, or maybe you had doing
500
something
days to. But yeah, Dr. K, Sarah Connor, that's who that is, right?
I want to talk about that for another minute.
She says, look, if we heat it up, it gets hurt when she has Hopper hostage. So they know flames hurt it.
The flamethrower guy, you got one guy with one flamethrower on the base.
That's the biggest problem right there. Okay, arm everyone with a flamethrower. They should be sitting around like fire extinguishers in pairs.
Yeah.
Every 75 feet, break glass. There's two fire.
No, not even break glass. We're on a base.
Yeah. There's flamethrowers here. You have one, maybe two. We only saw one.
You're stretching.
But again, that's such
But that guy also was on break. Because the fight's going on for 10 minutes before that guy shows up. Your plan was to lure him there, and you know that fire hurts him, and the guy that's got the flamethrower is on break.
Yeah, it's so... Again, it just shows that there's... It's not even like they're incompetent in the way stormtroopers were, where they're running around and they're just shooting, and it's like, oh, they can't hit them. This is supposed to be the government. They're so incompetent. They don't know... It's just lazy writing. It's pathetic writing at this point.
Yeah, you just need bodies. That's what I was saying.
Because in reality, again, everyone would have a flamethrower. They know fire hurts.
But again,
there's no justification whatsoever as to why this base, there isn't people always walking around with flamethrowers. There's not people in the towers pointed at the gate with some sort of maniacs.
Well, I think you would have a contraption. You would have... They would be mounted on poles with like each pole has like 25 nozzles just ready to shoot fire at that thing.
Yeah. Or if anybody steps out. If anybody steps out, the ground opens up.
Like something.
But yeah, you have one flamethrower
on the base, and that guy was on break when the fight broke out. That you were planning on.
Again, that is the epitome of the season 4 writing. The end of episode 4 is perfectly the reason for everything we're saying.
Yes, it
because that's when all that takes place. The military miraculously takes a guess. I mean, I could be wrong. I could just forget why they knew to get those kids. But they get all the kids. They round them up. Dr. K goes, use them as bait. But the point is, no one has to get hurt. They say they're using them as bait. They're not there to protect them. They're using them as bait. Okay,
but again, to
trap.
Do what?
No trap. The trap would be set up before you put the bait in it. You know what I'm saying?
Usually that's the way it works. Yeah, but they just put them in a bunk.
Yeah, in a bunk.
And they're just, what are they doing?
And again, okay, if your plan is to protect them, good. You bring them all to one area.
Well, she said,
get a guy with a flamethrower. That's what I'm saying. She did say they're using them as bait, but okay.
Because the one guy was like, that's not a good idea. And she goes, well, you're not going to let them get hurt, are you?
Okay, well, clearly.
So she's supposed to be evil, but let's talk about power scaling, because again, that happens at the end. Like you're saying, that episode 4.
End of episode 4.
Go back to the kids. They have one Demogorgon. They figure out a trap for it. And it gets beat.
Yeah.
They don't have machine guns. Nancy shoots it with a shotgun to get the tracking unit in it.
And that's important to note because people argue, I've seen people argue online defending the show, well, the monsters have goo that is oobleck over their skin. Okay, the Nancy shotgun can't penetrate that. All right, just so we're putting that clear. Just so we're denying that argument from even arising.
Okay, let's pretend that's true for a second.
You've never set it up in the show. It's just been inconsistent.
But let's just pretend. Again, how awful and stupid did you make the government? Because for 5 seasons, they haven't figured out there's Oogleblecks on the thing. And again, they know that fire works. I mean, because they've used it. That's how they open up the thing. That they've used it in other seasons. They've tried shooting the creature in other seasons and have gotten wiped out. Move on to another weapon. Move on to some kind of other projectile.
Yeah.
So if there's oogoplex and nobody's figured that out yet, then you're just making your universe even dumber.
Yeah, but the power scaling on Demogorgons is
So
so
the one creature that they fight that breaks into the house that they fight, they win the fight
easily. Let's talk about that for a minute. The Turnbow Trap. This is just a nitpick here, but also not really. Again, it goes to show they don't even really understand how writing works and what a logical thought is.
I think you might be underestimating them a little bit.
No, but it is.
But I just don't understand what they're doing or why they're doing it.
Yeah, we should probably get a better train of thought here. But okay, the Turnbow Trap, that's what the episode's called. They're going to trap a Demogorgon. Steve, go sit in the car.
Yeah.
What are we doing? That's like...
This goes back to the chemistry thing. Yeah, Steve is
He's the macho man. He's just the most physically fit of the group. But okay, let's look at the resume. Oh, Steve has fought a Demogorgon with a baseball bat in season 1. Doesn't even know what's going on. He runs into the house, grabs a baseball bat, beats it up. Season 2, the kids come to him and go, okay, there's a small Demogorgon out there. We need to fight it. He gets in a scrapyard. They surround him. He's beating them all up. That's the guy you want in the house if there's a Demogorgon because he's the only one that's fought them. With the base, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
just like,
but like I say, he's the muscle of the group. You have a bunch of nerdy D&D kids.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Mike, the muscle with the experience.
Mike and he's the oldest one.
Yeah.
I think he would, and I think his character would too, be like, it's too dangerous for you guys. Let me do that part.
Yeah.
I think he would.
Honestly. Yeah, he
as
wouldn't.
A character.
He wouldn't go, okay, I'm going to sit this one out in the car. I get that.
With the guy that I can't stand.
Apparently he's like the only one that can drive in this group as well. I think that's like the excuse they were making was,
yeah,
I had to drive the car.
I think he was, but...
You'd be like, okay, anybody can drive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying at this point?
Or I'll run out there and drive. I'll clobber this thing and then I'll run out.
Yeah. You would not sideline him when it's like, okay, we got to fight something.
What's the Will's brother? What's
Jonathan.
What was he doing? He wasn't doing anything.
He could have drove. Yeah, get him to drive.
Yeah, so that part doesn't make sense. But then, I don't know what I was going to say after that.
The power scaling.
Yeah, so then you go to... So they win the battle versus... They don't have firearms.
They have a shotgun.
They have a shotgun. She got 2 shotgun shots off, which would not penetrate as well as military-grade fire.
Let alone 500 rifles.
Right, so you go to the trap that's not a trap, and they got the thing surrounded, and everybody's firing. I mean, the thing's taking... I get maybe there's oogoplex, but... Oogoplex has its limits.
Yeah, it's dead. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Even if you're just taking impact from 5,000 small impacts,
you're like falling down at least.
You're at least falling down.
Yeah.
So that thing goes through all of them, goes through the whole, and then more of them show up. So, okay. But it kills everybody. This little group with no real firearm, no real protection, nowhere to run or hide from it, in a little house, nobody gets scratched. And they defeat it.
Yeah.
So I get it. That happens in every movie. I get it. But they went too far with it because he wipes out the whole battalion or whatever it is, the whole base. And Vecna then comes through the portal, and there's a guy that's just laying there half alive, and Vecna's walking by, could easily just walk by. The guy's not a threat. No, kills him.
Brutally, too. Just shoves his hand through his head.
Yeah, does a group on him. Kills him. So now you got these people. That guy, he doesn't know that guy from anybody. That's just a guy.
Literally just, I needed bread money for my family. I took this job.
You got no personal grudge against this guy.
I did no damage to anything. I didn't do a damn thing. I didn't do damage to your little henchmen. I didn't mess up your plans at all. I'm waking up.
I'm just waking up from being unconscious. Dead. Kills him. So now you got all these people that he's been fiddling around with.
They have mucked up this guy's plan
for 5 seasons. And they're still at it.
Yeah. They're in the middle of it right now.
And here they are. I could kill any one of them with a flip of my mind.
Yeah, he comes out and like stops bullets in midair and everything.
Yeah, he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Which, okay, he's over the top. These kids can't beat him. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the scenario is. After watching that, they don't stand a chance. It's not even...
but they do. But they do.
You're right. I forgot.
But they do. We'll get into that. But... And I get, again, it's a show, and you got your heroes, and they can't die, but somebody's got to die. And that was the perfect place for it because you had a cliffhanger scenario where we're going to wait a couple weeks before we bring out the rest. Somebody had to die. They were all... Vecna would have... You had to have some other justification for letting them all live at that point. Because, like I say, he walks by the barely conscious guy, kills him. That guy is nothing and nobody. These are the people that have foiled you and what you're doing. They're trying to kill you. They're trying to hunt you down. That's why they're there.
They're in the middle of ruining your plan.
They're in the middle of ruining.
You caught them in the middle of ruining your red-handed.
And you're okay with it. You just let them go. Why? Because now you've discounted. You're never going to kill them. If you didn't kill them right then, or at least make an attempt to, we have no reason as the audience to worry that they're all safe.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do? What are they going to do next time? They're going to make you madder? They're going to ruin your plan again?
Yeah. I just can't even believe.
You have de-villainized yourself.
It's just...
to the point of being neutered.
It's just, I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Like,
plus, it would have been so great for the show. Like Game of Thrones, I read that book before it was even a thing. I got to the end of that part. I don't know if it was the end of the book.
First part. End of the first book.
Is it the end of the first book?
Yeah.
Neddard dies?
Yeah.
I read it, and I'm looking, I'm like, what just happened? What's going on here? You know what I mean? That was like, holy crap. That has such an impact, and I'm sure anybody watching that show, you think, he's up there. This guy's not dying. What's going to happen? How are they going to save him?
I watched that show like recently, and I was like, this is going to be crazy how they're going to get him out of it.
That's what I'm reading and going, how are they going to do this?
Yeah, well,
then they're like, he puts his head in the guillotine. That's going to be real tough now.
Somebody's got to jump in there. Somebody's got to jump in there too. And then you're thinking, wow, that was the worst it could get. The Red Wedding happens. You're like,
yeah. Again,
that's
another
even more
war.
Shocking though.
Yeah.
Because it's just completely out of nowhere.
They do. They make it seem like everybody's buddies. There's a couple little cues in there.
Yeah.
But again, you don't think everybody's getting wiped out.
Yeah, this is Rob Stark. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've seen people like, my favorite character is Ned Stark. Oh, he died. My favorite character is Rob Stark. And you're just like,
what the hell's going on?
This guy's picking every bad character to like.
But it gives such weight to it. It gives, like, Joyce, she's expendable at this point. Let her be killed.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody's dying in this show. And I get it's not... I would say it's not that type of show, but it is because you just introduce characters
to kill them.
Which you don't want to kill.
Lazy, cheap writing.
Yeah. Oh, Eddie Munson, and then we're going to kill him because we don't want to kill one of the main characters. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know.
But it would have gave such... And your excuse for getting them not... Well, first of all, Vecna would have... You needed something there, but then their ultimate excuse, they get saved by Will. Let's talk about that at this point. Because that's a
I have
wrench.
only seen people obsessed with how great this moment is, and it makes me scared for, like, what are you guys... I want to know what's so good. It's what we were talking about earlier. We were saying they got caught in a trap of, we're just going to write something big moment after big moment after big moment. Okay, you're ruining and devaluing your story and your characters to a point it's just like, what is this? Will gets superpowers. I won't even go into the biggest thing. They show Will seeing through a Demogorgon.
Cool, I get it. He was part of that somehow. That happens, I guess.
He's part of the...
But I guess Holly is too now, can do it?
We don't know what's going on with her. We'll get to her. But Will's part of the hive mind.
We got to get to that whole side. Oh.
Will's part of the hive mind. He's starting to see through the perspective of the Demogorgon. I'm thinking,
again, I'm like, okay, that's cool.
This might actually be cool if he can start to control these. It's very reminiscent of Bran Stark in Game of Thrones seen through the dire wolf. So I'm thinking, oh, he's a warg, because when it gets close, he goes into these convulsions and his eyes go all white and he's seeing through the Demogorgon. That's called being a warg when you take control of something. He just has to master it because he's tapped into the hive mind. So it makes sense that he can control them.
Which at that point, if you're Vecna, you make sure to kill that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's
seeing... Yeah, that's the other thing. Will goes, oh, you didn't want me to see this, but I saw it. You know, if I was Vecna, I'd be like, okay, Demogorgon, 7 of you. Rip open a portal. Go kill the kid.
That kid. I don't care.
And kill whoever's with them. Because they're all probably
they're all,
me.
yeah.
Okay? And that's the other thing. Well, that's just complete whatever. But anyways, then you turn him into a sorcerer. Why is this stupid? Because you are so desperately trying to shoehorn the idea into people's mind that we're foreshadowing. We're writing this from the beginning. Because Will's character, Dungeons & Dragons character, was a sorcerer in season 1. And I feel like that's the only reason they made him a sorcerer. I feel like they also aren't big fantasy guys as they claim to be, because they would know, okay, this ability that we're showcasing right now with him is being a warg, not a sorcerer. Because the whole thing is a Demogorgon's coming after Joyce, and it's not killing her. And Will's seeing through it in that moment. In the barn.
Right, and he perhaps was having so much emotion that maybe that helped the creature.
He's in there somehow pulling away. Because he's not standing up doing what he's doing at the end of episode 4.
Right.
So he's not doing...
But I don't know how this is what makes no sense. I get, okay, he was somehow assimilated into the thing. And
that's why it works for him being a warg.
He's part of the hive mind. I think that's as far as that goes. Otherwise, all the Demogorgons could at any point take over because they have the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense to me that he can be a warg because he entered into the hive mind, and he's a higher subconscious or a higher conscious level than
right, but it doesn't give you superpowers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is the superpower. It's not even a superpower. It's just you're rewired now to be able to do that.
But if he could control it, then it would be.
Then, yeah, which seems like that might take a little time.
It turns out he's not a
Turns
warg.
out.
It's the whole idea of him seeing things. Just the more I think about it, it makes no sense that he's a sorcerer. We see him, he has to be actively using his powers to hold back a Demogorgon. He's over there convulsing on the floor when it's about to attack Joyce. So it can't be he sorcered it. You know what I'm saying? It had to be he was tapped into its mind.
Right.
He's not,
right.
That would have been his control, not what...
Yeah, it's almost like Princess Leia using the Force while she's unconscious. He's laying on the ground, unconscious. He's now part of the Demogorgon, so there's some part of the Demogorgon that is Will that won't attack his mother.
Yeah.
I get that. I can live with that.
I can live with it too. What I can't live with is, he's a sorcerer.
10 minutes later,
he's a sorcerer. He's standing there and he lifts up a Demogorgon. He has the same powers as 11.
No.
1,000 times more powerful. He lifts up a Demogorgon here. He lifts up another one that's attacking Lucas in the tunnel somewhere. He can't see. And he lifts up another one. So he lifts up 3 of these things. Miles away, because it was in a truck and the truck drove away.
The truck was already miles away. Then it was driving away.
And then the Demogorgons attacked the truck and it drove and spilled over into a field. He lifts all 3 of them up and kills them all.
Shatters their bones. So he's got it's got nothing to do with being part of the hive mind at that point.
No, it's not.
Because none of those things are part of being a hive mind. You're working outside of...
You're using forces outside of them.
Yeah, and you're breaking their bones.
And it's just...
It's stupid.
Again, it's people going, this is so awesome.
It is.
No, it's not. No, it's not even awesome because it makes no sense.
I mean, I get, but this is where we're at with cell phones. Oh, that was sweet. Yeah, it was cool. The guy, eyes turned white, and he was like, blah, blah. It was cool. But... No.
In terms of it's a story that we're telling, it makes no sense.
You know what also would be cool? When Vecna was coming up out of the thing instead of Vecna, if you had a predator walk out, that would be sweet. Oh, that would be sweet because that means predators are in this universe. Oh, that'd be sweet.
That's a lightsaber.
Yeah, that would be sweet, but that's not. It's not what we're doing here. That's not what this is. That's not the way this works. It's not in the Predator universe. And the Predator would not be, if the Predator was in this universe, he wouldn't be coming out of the Upside Down. So it's not sweet. It's really stupid.
So we explained why it's stupid, why it doesn't work, but let's explain the worst bit of it.
Let's explain the worst. This is the worst. What is the worst bit of it?
11's never done anything like that. She closed the gate in season 2, and it took everything out of her. She literally fell exhausted, and Hopper had to carry her out of the place.
Keep in mind, now this is very Star Wars-esque.
Keep in mind,
Luke Skywalker versus Ray Jones, whatever her name is. What is her name?
Ray Skywalker.
Ray
Skywalker.
What was it before Skywalker?
Palpatine.
Stupid. I'm getting dumber sitting here listening to this.
No, that's the truth. I'm not making that up off the top of my head. That's
so when she signed papers and stuff, it was Ray Palpatine?
No, she always signed Ray, but she was the secret daughter of Emperor Palpatine.
Ray P.
But then she took Skywalker's last name.
That's stupid.
Because
stupid upon stupid.
Because we don't.
But anyway, Luke Skywalker was aware of the Force and had to train
with 2 Jedi Masters.
Over amount of time. Ray shows up. Well, I don't even know what the Force is. Force has been out of the gas.
What's this lightsaber?
What's this? Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Same thing here. 11 has been literally stolen as a child, and from that point on, experimented on and bred and trained and honed, made to use these powers.
And then she loses them. And then she goes through training again to get them back.
I think there's some kind of stacking going on there that should be better.
And then apparently she's been training for 500 days, which is stupid. We discussed that last time. Unfortunately, that video got banned. What's stupid about that is, what is that?
Yeah, what are you training for?
She's just running an American Ninja Warrior course. How is that helping with her ability?
Again, it's like the military. What are they doing? They're just there. What is she training for? Because
what is the training doing for her? It's not like Luke on Dagobah. You see him lifting stuff with the Force and concentrating by balancing on one hand with Yoda sitting on his foot, and he's moving, he's stacking rocks. It's not like that. It's literally an American Ninja Warrior course.
Yes, and I thought when they're talking about the crawl and we're going to go on the crawl, I thought that was going to play some part of it. She had to get under an amount of time because they keep quoting her time to her. I thought that was part of the thing. Like we were going to see, she's got to make it under. And the cool thing would be she doesn't make it under in the training. So you don't know if she's gonna in real life. There's a suspense factor there. She's got to be under 12 minutes, and the best she's ever done is 12 minutes and 15 seconds, but we got to go now.
Yeah.
So,
but that's not the case.
But it's not the case.
She's literally
just totally random.
She's very into workhorse just because. But okay, so she's trained for 500 days on top of being trained twice by her whole life. Yeah. Never have done anything like that. In fact, we haven't seen her do anything remotely close to that this season.
In fact, she pretty much sucks now. In fact, she now is the weakest. Powerful member of the... She really is the weakest member of the group at this point because she's never involved in planning or fighting or actually doing anything. And now she has no psychic powers. She has to eat a bucket of beef jerky to jump over a fence. Hey, you know what? Just climb the fence. Save the beef jerky.
We might need it later.
Yeah, we might need it later. Maybe you'll need to twist a lock or something with your brain. Here, have a beef jerky stick.
But Will could just decide to use magic. Again, it's not even aligned to what you've been showing his potential power to be. But he can just, people are in trouble, I'm just going to do this real quick. No training. You know, that can't even happen.
No.
Imagine being like, you have mental capabilities.
Your brain would explode.
If we got told that right now.
Right, you still would have to figure it out.
I don't even know how that works. I can't even imagine.
Right,
do I have to use my hand? Do I have to be looking at it?
It wouldn't confuse you to be looking at 3 different realities. No, 4 different, because he's got 3 different things in his head plus the one right there, right?
No, 3. There's 3 total.
Okay, so 3 realities. Still. Yeah, all of a sudden you have 3 And how does that work that you don't slip up and one of them gets away and kills somebody? Which would have been, again, better. Let somebody die. And then he has the angst of, I wasn't good enough, I couldn't do it.
I'm going to train. But now it's just, I don't even need to train. I just showed up.
I just showed up.
I rode in off the street, I'm better than 11. And then, so you devalue 11 so drastically by doing that. It's bad writing, it's bad setup, it doesn't work. And the cherry on top of it is you devalued 11, and as we mentioned, she's already not doing much. So she had the one thing going for her was she was telekinetic.
Right, yeah, so now she just
And at the same time you're doing that, you reveal that number 8, that character that everybody was wanting to come back, number 8 is
so powerful.
She's captured by the army and she's held in a cryostasis sort of state where she's unconscious and all these things are wrapped around her. But because she's still so powerful, 11 couldn't even see through the door. 11 was interrogating this guard in his mind, and she went to open the door that the guard saw through, but it was like she gets blasted out of it because it was such a powerful being behind the door that she couldn't even. They assumed it was Vecna. Anybody who believed in that twist, because that's all that was there for.
Yeah,
you're stupid. I mean, you're flat out stupid. Oh, the military has Vecna,
but yeah,
they haven't killed him, and they're still after 11 because they think 11. It makes no sense.
But also, again, what are we doing with that person? I'm the military. I'm very unclear why I'm there in the first place. But we also have this superpowered being for what reason?
What purpose? Because we're
take
looking
it
for
to Area
11.
51 and bury it.
Oh yeah, we're looking for 11. We have a more powerful person than 11.
Yeah, we don't
literally
need
what
11.
The show is saying. She's more powerful than 11 because she's not.
So
even
whatever
thinking.
you need 11 for, why ever you're searching for 11, you have 8, which is apparently more than 11.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that for a second. This show is so bad now. It's making it worse the more I talk about it. Number 8 fled the complex years ago and has been living her life peacefully in Chicago, causing no harm to nobody. 11 gets out, and we have a whole show dedicated to they're trying to find 11. We can't find her. We can't find her, although we keep running into her and we know her approximate whereabouts. In fact, we now know that she's in this 10 square mile area with a giant fence of guards around it. We still can't find her.
We went to Chicago.
But we went to Chicago, a city 25 times the size with 100 times the more people. More than that. Who knows how many people are in Chicago? And we found her in less amount of time. We found her in less than one season. What season was she in?
2.
Oh, we found her in 2 seasons.
I mean, yeah, who knows how long they had her. They could have had her.
Yeah, they could have had her since season 3.
But yeah.
But we can't find 11 in this hodunk farm town that we've invaded with 5,000 soldiers, and we know she's inside this fence somewhere. Did anybody, and you haven't found them tunnels yet? Don't you think the first thing the army would do would be like, let's grid this out? You know, you see the people when somebody goes missing.
Yeah.
Everybody stands about 10 feet apart and you walk the field.
Walk forward and walk back.
You didn't find the trap doors. This is the worst army in the history of the army.
Yeah.
But again, what are you even doing there? Why do you have that person? Why are you searching for 11? What are you going to do if you catch her? Because you had no plan when the monsters showed up. What if 11 walks into your fort?
Speaking of nobody having a plan, what is Hopper's plan? We're going on the crawl. Okay, we're not going to bring 11. Why? Why are you not bringing her? Because at this point in episode 1, she was still useful. Okay,
Yeah,
she was still.
Everybody
thought she was still powerful in episode 1. But the plan they're going with is Hopper's going to go into the Upside Down, scout it out, find where Vecna is, come back, get the group, then they're all going to go back in there. Is what I gathered.
Yeah,
is what it seems like.
yeah.
Hopper's going in there to find Vecna for what purpose? What is he going to do if he finds him? Just stay where you are.
Which apparently Vecna would allow. Hey, go get the other guys. I like them guys. I'm not going to kill them. Don't worry.
But yeah, so you see how stupid that plan is? 11, You can't come in here with me because I might find Vecna. I'm a regular human being past my prime. You can't come with me. I'm going to come back out, though, and get you guys.
If that was the only fault, and the fact that the metal was there, and that, I mean, that's a plan.
Yeah.
Might not be the best plan. We want to save, we're scared, whatever. I could have let it go.
But again, it's just one thing piled on top of another, and you're
right, and it's just too much.
This is just stupid.
It falls under the weight of its own bad storytelling. We haven't even gotten into
bad storytelling. This is another problem, and this will lead right into there. They've gotten to a point, because they don't kill anybody, they have such a big cast of characters, and yet they find a way to keep adding more characters to it, and it's just like
you say, we're supposed to be coming to the end.
This is how it should look. It's a conclusion. We're getting to the point. This is how it is right now. It's just like, what are we doing? And the problem is, we need to get Holly. She shouldn't even be a main character because she's 7 years old or 9 years old in the show. Mind you, she's played by a 14-year-old girl, and it's jarring. The whole thing is jarring.
It is awkward.
But
there's a couple awkward.
We need to get to Holly, but to get to Holly, we have to get to Derek. To get to Derek, we have to get to Derek's sister. And to get to Derek's sister, we need Erica. So now it's just like a stepping stone after stepping stone of characters, and it's none of the main characters. It's Erica who might be the most main character. At best, she was a sidekick to a secondary character. Yeah. Then she goes to Tina. Then she go to get to Derek, just to get back to Holly, and it's
but no, there's a whole side adventure with Derek at the camp with no plan by the army that leads to Vecna not killing anybody.
Yeah,
which is just
that's what I'm saying. It's just too much, and it's too much with so little of your main cast of characters. At this point, it's like, who are the main characters? Who's the people driving the story? Because it's not Mike and Will and Dustin and Lucas.
No, it's not.
They're characters involved with characters who are doing more, but you're just saying these are the main characters, and that's why people think they're the main characters. In reality, Erica probably is. She's the one connecting everybody. With the Derek and the main group, Erica is the center point.
They spent more time with Holly on that stupid thing than...
Yeah, and Holly's the other main character, which is stupid because Holly comes across Max. Flip that. Kids are getting taken and Max is finding them. Okay, now a main character is a main character driving a plot line instead of being a side character to Holly. Holly, who, again, I wouldn't even call her a tertiary character. She's not even a character in the past 4 seasons. She's pretty much a new character because the past 4 seasons there's been a little
toddler. She just is there as scenery. She's got nothing to do with anything.
So you completely sideline Max to be her sidekick. When again it could have been Vecna's taking these kids, Max is finding them. Vecna thinks he killed Max. Turns out he didn't, and he doesn't know where these kids are going.
He saw her.
He killed her, and then 11 brought her back to life at the end of season 4. It all like happened.
Well, I don't know what you want to call where she's at now.
He knows. We can call it limbo.
He knows she's in limbo.
That's what I'm saying. You could have wrote it though, where he doesn't know she's there. He thinks, I killed her.
Yeah, she's gone. She's out of the picture.
But now she somehow got trapped. He doesn't know, but she's trapped in there, and she's saving these kids from him. He brings them back to his little base.
Let's talk about that for a second. What? Again, this is, you're not following the own rules of your own universe.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever
witnessed. Why Henry has to be Mr. What's-It? Which is just even more stupid the more I'm sitting here thinking about it. But apparently he has to develop a relationship with these kids so that then the Demogorgons can come and abduct the child out of the house. Why do you need to develop a relationship to do that?
Yeah.
Why do I need to spook these kids out and tell them the monsters aren't coming, and then the monsters grab them anyway, and then they bring them to the fake house?
I don't even know what's going on. Now that you mention it, because he's saying the monsters are going to come and get you.
I'm going to save you from
the monsters. Come and get them, and then they're just at the house.
Yeah, it makes sense.
They're hooked up into those tree. I think
Yeah.
They're very obviously going to try to do time travel in here or something.
Which makes zero sense. Zero. You don't need to introduce that. And the only way I can see, we'll talk about where we think it's headed. But this is okay. So, okay. Apparently, for whatever lame reason that makes no sense, Henry has to talk to these kids throughout X amount of days for the Demogorgons to go to their house and grab them at some random night. And then he wines and dines them at his fake house in his fake world. Okay. Makes no sense. Maybe you're going to explain it, but okay, that's what we're going with. But then he just starts grabbing kids at random. He has not developed a relationship with them. We don't get to see that he's got them at his house being their best friend. So what are we doing?
Is the build-up with Mr. What's It needed, or is it not? Is he just doing that for fun? Because again, he develops that relationship with Hallie, kidnaps her, and then develops it with Derek.
Or is starting to.
Yeah.
That's his next victim.
So,
but then there's all these kids.
Does he need to do it one by one, or can he do it just all at once? And if he can do it all at once, why did he kidnap Hallie and no one else? Because again, is Vecna just this stupid that he goes, okay, the first person I'm going to grab is Hallie.
That's friends with all them kids that are always screwing up my plans. So I want to tip them off and just do her by herself. That way they can suspect I'm up to something.
And then I'm going to grab all the other kids all at once.
Because I can.
Instead of doing it all at once right away the first time.
Or in the opposite direction. Grab them all and then grab Holly last.
Yeah. Either way would have been smart. Or if he does need to form his relationship with them,
then
save her for last. Still save
her for last. But you made this whole plot point. Oh, creepy Mr. What's It?
We don't know who it is.
Oh, okay, imaginary friend, blah, blah, blah. That we need to do that. That's a plot point that we need to have that whole thing going on, but then we're just going to go grab a bunch of them all at once.
Yeah. It makes no
So what sense. Is it? Your rules of your own universe that you've written in the same season, in the same span of episodes, you're breaking your own rules.
They're just contradicting to the point it just
becomes
it makes
stupid.
No sense, and people are saying, oh, this is such a mystery. It's not really a mystery.
They've done it so stupidly that you're confused.
Yes, and you should be confused because it literally makes no sense. Why? They're doing it in the dumbest order. I'm going to get Holly. I'm going to form this relationship with Holly for who knows how long, because apparently it was like going on for a while.
Right, because they have counselors. So it's not something that's happening that all of a sudden, he's already got all these other kids in the pipeline, because this has been going on for, at the minimum,
and her mom
a couple
his
weeks.
Real name.
Yeah, so they've been talking
because that's how they figure out. Oh, it's
minimum of a couple weeks.
Yeah,
because she's seeing a counselor, and the other adults are noticing strange behavior.
And again, she calls him Mr. What's It, but at one point she has informed her mom that his real name is Henry. So that just adds to the fact that it's not an hour or a day or even a week. It's a long time.
Yeah, this has been going on.
And again, he's not doing that with all the other kids. Maybe he is in the background, but then again, okay, let's say he set it all up with the other kids too, all at the same time. Why didn't he grab him at the same time?
Yeah, why was Holly getting the special treatment?
Because again, that's the last person.
Yeah.
You would not even take her.
And you wouldn't even say your name, though. That's, she is with them kids. If I say Henry,
they're going to put this together.
They're going to figure that out.
Somehow, some way, when they figure out everything, they're going to figure that out. But again, it's just like, you wouldn't even take her. If I was back then, I'd be like, I'm just not even dealing with her. Because if I take her immediately,
they're all going to flip out.
I'm going to get somebody else.
They're going to get that freaky 11 girl. And then I got this guy that's flipping around in here every once in a while.
Yeah, seeing what I'm doing. The last thing I need is another one. And it is another one. It's so obvious that she also is going to somehow be able to open portals.
Well, she's got to, because
that's the other thing. Music is how you escape. He gives her
Tiffany in a pink boom box. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
How
What
stupid
are
are
we
you?
doing here?
The only thing that it could be is he secretly doesn't want to be doing this, and that's just as stupid as everything we've said.
That's what I said. So let's talk about where this could all be headed.
One more thing.
All right. I want to talk about casting too in a minute.
All right. I just want to say this as well. Season 4, Vecna was the villain, and they have this big revelation about him, and they showed that he was a little kid. He's 12 years old. You could stretch him. Maybe he's 14. He's not in high school, though. That's for sure. He's 12 years old when he kills his family, and Dr. Brenner, the guy who headed the lab and everything, comes and takes him, and that's when he becomes number 1, is when he is 12, 13, 14 years old, maybe. Max is in his mind, in his memory, and she's living out a memory of him in high school. What
are we doing?
Again, it goes back to the same thing with the Will flashback sequence. You said this is what happened. You showed this is what happened. And the thing I've been seeing is, well, there's a Stranger Things stage play.
Some kid was telling me this today too.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the stage play is canon to the show, because the show already showed you and told you it's not. You can't just add stuff and say it's canon and it contradicts what else is canon. That's not how canon works.
But also you can't throw the stage show out there that nobody's seen. What do we gotta go see a stage show to get the excuse for this guy's in high school?
Yeah, I mean,
but you said that.
Sure,
no.
You want to say the stage show is canon, sure. Okay, then it has to fit within what you've done already, though. It can't just be like, oh wait, we actually want him in high school. It's too late. It's too late to put him in high school.
Right.
You already showed he isn't in high school. You can have all the lore you want of him from 1 to 12 years old and him in that lab. You can't have him all of a sudden be in high school in a stage show and say that's canon. It just doesn't work. And again, it's just a lack of care and alignment in your continuity, in your lore, in your history that you have shown multiple times this season you don't actually care about. And that is a problem if you want to be considered a good show. A stage show. Give me a break.
Come on, man. Come stage show. But let's talk about casting for just 1 second. Linda Hamilton, not buying her. I mean, she's supposed to be evil Dr. K. You brought her in for this season and killed her. Is she a general or is she a doctor? Because she was dissecting critters that they dragged from the upside down. But I'm not buying. She doesn't have an evil vibe. They're trying to make her tough and evil, and I'm just not buying it. She's just not.
Yeah. I don't know if that's
Plus, we're in the 80s. You got to be somewhat historically correct. I get you want to have women. Let's go back to that number 8 for a second, too. The Montauk Project is known that they took boys. They're called the Montauk Boys. They took all kinds of them and kidnapped them because boys were supposed to be, they were better than girls for whatever they were trying to do. Now, of course, we got 11, we got 8, they're both girls, whatever, I can live with that, I don't care. But you're telling me this general in the 80s, it's the most top secret, high-powered general, that means she was coming up in the 60s and 70s. There wasn't no woman general coming up in the 60s and 70s that was the top person. I could live with it, though, if you had somebody better. And I'm a big Linda Hamilton fan, but she just doesn't work in the role. My point is casting. And she doesn't work.
I think that goes back to you saying they're phoning it in. Because Linda Hamilton, obviously, Terminator 2, hell of a performance on her part. Both times. The first one, she's just a scared girl. The second one, she's acting crazy in there, and it turns out, and she gets out, and she is jacked up in that movie too. My biggest problem with that is you have the other general, the black guy.
Yeah, why
are you having two of them?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why isn't he the guy? And we killed him too, probably, didn't we?
Yeah, well, he was in season 4 as well. So why not just give all of Linda Hamilton's stuff to him?
Right.
Just so that he
that
has
goes
more
to your part
time.
Too, where we're trying to have so many. Yeah, when you can spend time on that character and give him some motivation and make him truly evil. But then the kids, Holly and the little fat kid, Derek,
What is going on there?
Yeah, we're trying to. We got these awkward kids. I don't know how old they are, but they're at that awkward stage. They're not second graders. Okay, they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
And you're dressing them in bright colors and making them look weird. I think what you're doing with Holly, you got makeup on her, you got her in her Snow White suit or whatever she is. You got her acting like she's supposed to be.
You got her dressed like she's 7. Her dialogue. You want her to be 7 to 10, but the actress is 14. This is no hate to her.
No,
you got to take a job. And you got to
talking about the cast.
Yeah,
there are, because I've seen Jerry Maguire, I've seen The Goonies, I've seen Short Round, I've seen
The Shining.
The Shining, I've seen this show.
Yeah, all these kids were 11 years old when the show started. 11, 12 years old.
There is Pet Sematary. There's no shortage of the correct age of actors that are going to be cute and good and look the part. But I think part of the problem maybe is they're trying to make them look comparable to Mike and Will. Now, Steve came in, he was already an adult. Whatever, he was 20.
Yeah.
He has not changed. He looks the same as when they introduced him. Same with Nancy, same with Jonathan, same with Hopper.
They're past their growing age.
Yeah. 11 has not...
You got away with her.
Yeah, you got away with her. And Dustin's fine. Lucas is kind of in between. Will and Mike
have changed drastically.
They're not little kids. You can't pass them off as little kids. You try and give them that goofy haircut and put them in high waters. It still doesn't work. It's awkward when the mom, what's her name? Joyce is talking to him like he's 12, which I get the story requires. And even though he's supposed to be like 14 or 15, they're sophomores in high school, let's say, she probably would be, but he does not look like it. And to me, it's like, it's just too awkward. He hulks over her, and they try and make him slouch down and everything.
Yeah, poor kid. Poor guy.
You probably should have recast, but you can't do that. I get it. You can't recast those kids and pass them off to get somebody that looks more high school. So I think you should have just fast forwarded to, okay, it's 5 years later. These guys are 22 now.
Yeah. And I don't think you even had to do that. In reality, I think it's just Holly is so awkward. I get what you're saying, where they're like,
so is Derek.
Yeah.
It's like, is he supposed to be
a little kid, or is he just supposed to be?
Or is he just,
They feel the worst. And I think it's because, we watch the show and, okay, they're grown up, whatever. But those kids feel so drastically like they are trying to make them younger.
Right, why didn't you just get younger?
Yeah. Like you said, they're dressing up, who's got like the rainbow vest on, and she's in Alice in Wonderland outfit or whatever. Dude, just get a little girl. And the thing about it is, I guarantee the reason they did this is because they wanted those two characters to be main characters. Stupid, you have enough main characters. And you wouldn't have had to do that and like had them go through so many hours if you would have said, Max is the main character
of that storyline.
These kids are centered around her. We no longer have to have little kids working all hours of the day or whatever and burden them with carrying a storyline. Because we have Sadie Sink, who I think is like, she was nominated for a Grammy in some movie.
That's Max.
Yeah, she's grade A actress. We have her.
And you're wasting her. You're wasting her.
Yeah.
You got her in a hospital
She might be
bed,
your best
unconscious.
actress. She might be your best actress.
And you didn't even bring her out acting until episode 5, maybe 4.
Of this season?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like probably 3, because there's only 4.
Oh, there's only 4, so maybe 3. But yeah, you wasted her. But even Derek, that whole... Yeah, you could have done away with that whole storyline and let your main characters
be
utilize something else. You didn't need...
Yeah, if the kids were getting taken in the background, they're getting taken in the background, that makes it feel more real and almost like they're getting beat by Vecna. Because they don't even realize what's going on.
Right, it's not about them anymore. I think that's the problem. That's what's so frustrating. It's not...
Yeah, and everything feels so contrived. Like what I'm saying is, if Vecna's taking kids in the background and they don't even notice it, and you're getting that through Max's point of view, and
then
Vecna's building
Max
something,
is panicking, wishing she
she's
could
like,
contact them.
why aren't they doing anything?
You could have whole dialogues with her
in her head,
speaking to Lucas while he's at her bedside, and she's like, "Lucas, you gotta they're taking the kids. You gotta do something."
It feels,
and she starts trying to communicate through the radio the other way somehow.
Yeah, and that would be creepy if they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, all of a sudden the radio starts playing song.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
But yeah, again, it doesn't feel like Vecna's a threat to them because he's
obviously
every
not.
turn.
He's obvious, and he has no desire to kill them.
Yeah. But again, if in the background they think they're doing something, and in reality it's like kids are getting just taken all over, and it's up to Max alone to save them. And the main characters don't even know this is going on. It's like, oh, Vecna's pulling one over on him. Whatever he's building, which is going to be a time machine because he takes 12 kids for every hour. And there's like the wormhole. So
let's talk about where you think it's going then.
It's going to time travel. I can't imagine why though.
I can't. My only fear, and this would just ruin. This would be like a Rocky V. We're just never going to speak of Stranger Things season 5 ever again if this happens. He's in the play. Okay, she gets the flyer of him in the play. Maybe that is canon because he was in a play because he went back in time and did not end up as Vecna, somehow avoided being in the whole scenario. That's why he wants to go back in time to avoid his whole fate. So in the other timeline, he does just get to be a regular child and go to the High School Musical, and he's a good guy now. And isn't it great that he was so nice to all the kids in the Upside Down, and he had a nice house, and he was friends with Holly. He really wanted to be friends with her, and he just wanted to be a regular boy. If they do that,
it could be that.
That'll be as awful as I just made it sound. But why else would he go back in time?
Yeah.
To stop them? Why? They haven't stopped him yet.
And also, he had a chance to kill him. If his whole thing was, I need to stop these kids.
Right.
He showed up. Here they all are.
But he's still where he would have been. I mean, he hasn't really been stopped. His plan, what is his plan? Hasn't been stopped. It's not like Terminator. I need to go back and prevent them from preventing me. You know, you're not at that point yet. So what are we going back in time for? Or forward in time? Why would you go forward in time?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my fear. If that's what happens.
I just feel like it's time for, I could be wrong.
But
that's like what a wormhole is, right?
Yeah.
Because the teacher's talking about a wormhole.
Yeah, they're obviously setting up time travel. Well, that's why they look at the flyer and it's 1959. And
here's the other thing. This is stupid. But of course on the flyer it's Joyce Byers and Hopper and Steve Harrington's dad. Okay, what are we doing here? Are we being serious? I mean,
again, that's a little thing. You gotta let go. That's
everybody would do it.
Yeah,
too. You know what I'm saying?
You would do it.
I don't know. It's been a disappointment so far. Again, I know we just hated on it for a while. I feel like we justified a lot of what we're saying.
I don't think there was anything where I was like, I'm just going to hate this show no matter what.
Because we're both fans.
I was blindsided by...
Same.
Come on, why'd you do that? I was like, well, come on, why'd you do it? It's like watching the Dolphins play football. Why'd you throw that screen again? Why? It never works. That's what I'm doing with this. I'm like, wait, why did you do that? What's going on? This is not...
And again, it's not like, what's going on? It's what is going on.
Yeah, people... and I think this is part of our society right now, for everything has got to be black and white. Like, I'm going to like Stranger Things no matter what. It's the greatest show ever. If they put stamp a Stranger Things logo on a giant turd, I will eat it like a hamburger because Stranger Things is awesome. Or people, Stranger Things is just stupid and I'm too cool to like Stranger Things, so Stranger Things is stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be in the middle. And right now, past seasons, I enjoyed them all.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm in the middle on this.
Because there's a chance.
There's a chance. I don't know. It's a slim.
Like we're still holding hope.
Still open.
That's enough to say.
And episode 4, I think, where they were fighting and they had that trap. I like that whole scenario.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was 3 maybe. But yeah,
and Steve drove the car into the thing. That was cool. But yeah, then you can't, and that's always one of my pet peeves with movies. The villain gives his dialogue and leaves the guy. Why you would kill him?
Yeah,
but I get you can't do that all the time. But you got 47 characters right now.
Start chopping some heads.
43 of them are doing nothing.
You should have killed Derek right there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if he died? I'm like, oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, that's something.
Well, we're getting somewhere now.
Yeah.
Even the Wheelers' parents are still alive. Okay, that lady got ripped to shreds.
Yeah, let one of them go.
Let both of them go.
Put some weight into things a little bit.
It doesn't need to be like Game of Thrones either.
Yeah, you don't need to be just getting rid of
killing
everybody.
people to kill people, and then all of a sudden you're stuck with no one.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, you got, like you're saying, there's a lot of extra characters right now. You could stand to lose one to give, to derail those. Oh, why would he just leave everybody alive and just walk away? You know they're going to be back.
That's the other thing too. I don't get this Vecna character.
And he just got done wiping out a whole army. So he's not averse to killing. He's not.
Yeah, he's not. You're right. Even if he's trying to go back in time, he wouldn't have shown up and killed the entire military base.
Do you think Henry is separate from Vecna?
The only thing that, what is it, split then? He has different little personalities. That's just stupid. I mean, he's the same guy. You know what I'm saying? Henry got 11 threw him into the Upside Down, and that's why he looks like that. But yeah, I get maybe his subconscious is different. But why then, if he is a nice guy,
right? But Vecna also is the one collecting the kids to build the time machine.
Yeah, but they're the same guy.
Right, but I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? He would have to be the major personality. Like, Darth Vader was evil, but there was this little seed of a good guy somewhere in there.
Yeah,
the good guy, for my theory to be true, the good guy would have to be building the time machine, which means he's the overriding personality.
Yeah, to go back and stop himself.
Yeah, which can't be true.
Because
the evil guy
and Henry just look. But also the other thing about if Henry is the good guy, why would he hate Max? Because he chased Max in that cave.
That's true.
And he's telling Holly, don't even go over there.
Maybe he's just misunderstood, though. Maybe he's just trying to talk to Max. Yeah, I don't know. All roads seem to lead towards doom right now.
They could turn around, though.
They could turn around.
But so far, they're writing this season right now.
Stranger things have happened.
Yes, indeed they have. But right now, it's just like, based on the writing I'm witnessing, and again, I've mentioned it multiple times, different examples of the writing being shoddy at best. I don't know if they can turn around. I don't
know if they can either. I feel like
I don't know what could happen for me to be like, oh, okay, it all makes.
It's not going to make sense, but maybe they can salvage it with something cool.
Yeah, like the Holly storyline. That's stupid. I can't imagine
There's no way I'm gonna I don't know, because she sent Holly back to. Is that on play?
Yeah.
Yeah. She sent Holly back to the house, so Holly's driving that whole scenario. She's gonna. I don't know. What happens? Did Holly just pop up then? Like materialize? Like Max has a body in the hospital.
Holly's in Vecna's red layer thing, hooked up to one of those trees.
So she can't get out of there.
Yeah.
Like, even if her body becomes conscious,
she's stuck in there.
That would be worse for her. She would go mad and never recover.
Yeah.
So, so really, Max is just using her to get herself out.
I mean, I can't imagine she would leave. You know what I'm saying? I think she'd be like,
but she can't get him out. She has to get the physical body out. And right now they're at some other place. What is that place called?
That's what I'm referring to as limbo.
Yeah, because it's not the Upside Down.
Yeah. It's not the Upside Down.
It's the Upside Down
layer.
Can they not get to Upside Down? Like that place.
Vecna's layer is its own place.
Yeah, it's its own place.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's the other thing. How many there's just too many dimensions.
Well, there's a lot of dimensions out there. All right, so there you have it. Like I say, I'm not hating.
We've seen worse.
We've seen worse. And I think it's the biggest thing is it's a victim of it being so exceptional in the past that we got some problems now.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're going to turn it around. And we'll be here to give you our 2 cents.
And we'll eat our words if they do turn around.
Oh, I'll eat my words.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy to do so. I'll be like, oh, I couldn't see the vision.
Yeah.
But they did it to their credit.
What else has the Duffer Brothers done?
I think only this.
So
they're riding on it.
So they're like George Lucas. I've often said George Lucas just got lucky. I mean, what else did that guy do?
He pitched in for Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he pitched in for Indiana Jones.
But that was mostly Steven Spielberg.
But let's face it. I mean, really, how much faith do you? Because then he went and wrote the prequels, which he obviously botched. So I think he got lucky. I think he got he got lucky. And the best one was Empire, so people say. I like the original, but Lawrence Kasdan wrote a lot of that, and then he wrote a lot of Jedi, which people generally frown upon. So Star Wars: A New Hope, I think he just got lucky.
Yeah, but I'll say this about them: 4 out of 5 seasons, if that's what it boils down to.
I mean, yeah, even if that's
of really good
seasons. So that's how many hours is in a season?
Exactly. I mean, I think they're all 8 episodes.
And
obviously,
so that's
the later ones.
That's like a trilogy each time.
Yeah.
Overall.
So I mean, you gotta give them credit.
Yeah. I feel like they're phoning in.
It just feels like
you're saying, I don't know how your baby, you're gonna just
let it go.
Maybe you just, but it's been a long time. Maybe there's not a gas on it. You want to try something new.
Yeah, I guess maybe. I don't know. They had a lot set up in season 4, though. I figured they knew I figured they were gonna be like, oh, we're going right.
That's what sometimes I think happens too. You just write yourself. I feel like that spot, and you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to do now.
Or I think maybe as well they were like, oh, we don't have enough for a whole nother season.
But I feel like they're like.
But I feel like
you can go back to the conspiracy lore of the original thing.
Yeah,
it's a gold mine.
But even if you didn't have enough for a season, just make a movie.
Just make it.
If it's a 3-hour movie,
be down for that.
Put it in the theater.
Yeah, put it in the theater.
Because that would be sweet too. Okay, this is the finale.
Yeah, maybe you're right. They just tried to force it.
Force too much.
But see, I feel like that would be Netflix telling them, oh, it needs to be. You gotta have 8 episodes.
Yeah, I feel like if you're ever out there writing a show and you get to that point, if it's
hold your ground
and be like, no, I think it's a movie for the end. I can wrap it up.
Because everybody hates those episodes. Like that stupid Chicago episode.
Yeah, where you're just like,
we're just got nothing to do with nothing. We're just trying to drag stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that'd be kind of cool too. Or we're capping this off with a movie instead.
That's what the X-Files tried to do. Nice. Never quite hit pay dirt on that though.
Alright, comment. Comment your favorite Stranger Things character. And your best Stranger Things theory.
Theory for how it's going to wrap up.
Yeah, don't comment your best theory for season 1. Huh?
Yeah, that would be
hey, loser. Thanks, dude. I'll be on the lookout next time I rewatch it.